Hey my little raggities, what is up? How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? It is Tuesday, day 10 of Bookmas. I'm killing it. I am. I'd much rather be laying in bed doing absolutely nothing, mindlessly scrolling and liking y'all posts on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, what are you doing with your life? Yeah. Today, I was like, you know what? I think we're close enough to the new year for me to start talking about reading goals and what I'm looking forward to and resolutions and all the stuff that we like to do once January hit. So, one of the video ideas that I wanted to do was definitely come in and check in with you guys and talk a little bit about the books that I plan on reading for next year. But I know I'm going to be doing a lot of reading next year, so I don't want to just cram it all into one video. I'm gonna split this up. We just gonna do 5 books per video because it's gonna be a long, lengthy list. And some of these books y'all probably have already seen me talk about. Y'all probably have already read. Yeah, so we're just gonna do 5 today. And if you've read some of these or if they're on your list, drop down in the comments. Make sure you leave me a comment and let me know what your thoughts were, or if I should skip it or actually just get into it ASAP. Okay, so first up on my list, y'all, don't talk about me. Okay, so first on the list is A Little Life. Yes, I know. This man on this cover has just ruined everything. A lot of us in the bookish space, we are refusing to read this one because of the cover. Who wants to read a book with this man making his face like this? Why would they put this y'all couldn't choose something else? But okay, so the cover, first of all, I hate the cover. But my sister-in-law, she bought this for me 2 Christmases ago, I believe, or last Christmas. And it's just been collecting dust on my shelf. And one of my rules that I have is if it's on my shelf, I have to try to read it. That doesn't mean I won't DNF it, but I will try to read it and get through to the end if it is sitting on my shelf. But it's like 800 and something pages, and I'm like a 300 girly, 350 max. Once you start reaching like the 400 realm of pages, I don't want no parts, because it's like, why did you type so many words? Like, you couldn't wrap it up under 300. Like, there's some stuff in there that you don't need, please. So I try to keep it under 300. So the fact that this is an 800 page book, I already know I'm gonna have to do like a full lengthy review and really break it down like I did the Stephen King The Outsider book. So yeah, let's get into what it's about. So it's about 4 college friends. Mind you, this has been on my show for almost 2 years, and I have never read the synopsis. The whole time I'm thinking it's about a sensitive man, not knowing it's about 4 college friends. Yeah, so it's about 4 college friends who are who moved to New York, and they're looking for fame and fortune and trying to find themselves, and their relationships are overtaken by like addiction, success, pride, and they've gotten closer over the decades, but really the glue to the friendship is their friend Jude. He kind of holds everything together. but Jude is scarred from like his trauma from his childhood, and so their brotherly bond or whatever is on full display in this whole book. And once once I read the synopsis, I was like, oh, this actually sounds pretty interesting, because I love books with dynamic friend groups. Like, give me a book with a friend group that is like messy, but they hold each other accountable, but each and every one got some really dark stuff they gotta work through. I'm gonna eat it up. I'm gonna love it. So now that I know it's about a friend group, I'm actually like, okay, I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna stick my pinky toe in a little bit. I might little, yeah. So next up on the list, I have Wings of Ebony. Y'all have seen this on my book, and y'all probably have thought I read this book. I started it. I did a soft DNF, not because I wasn't enjoying it, but because I am a mood reader and I just be flip-flopping from book to book to book, okay? So I wanted to get into this. I know there is a part 2, but yeah. I think I'm saving this. Well, I know I'm saving this for February, because I plan on doing like a whole little fantasy February slash love slash Black authors theme. It's a lot going on in February, okay? So basically, Rue is our main character here, and she loves her family down. Like, she loves her mama, she loves her sister, and she loves her city. You know, she comes from the inner city where it's like real urban life, real not ghetto, but if you an outsider looking in, you would think it's ghetto. So real urban life, and her mother ends up passing away, and all of a sudden her raggedy daddy who left her at birth comes back, snatches her up, and is like, you gotta come with me to Gazon. Now, what is Gazon? I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but we're gonna act like I am. Gazon is a place where magical gods live, and they feed off of the tragedy of humans. So her father is a god, and in this city, Rue is the first god slash human that they've ever seen. So she's kind of like an outsider. They don't really fool with her like that. So she's trying to adjust living there. Later on, her mother's 1-year death anniversary comes up, and she wants to visit her sister back in her home city, or she returns back to Houston where she's from. She realizes that the kids in the inner city are all being pushed into a life of crime and just horrible things. So she makes a plan to save her hood. And when I was reading this, I really loved the writing style. It's very down home, very chill. It reminds me of just like everyday dialogue with the homies, you know, just very, very familiar. See, like this, look, they saw me. Shit, I gotta get the hell up out of here. Like, that is so me. Because I'll be out and I'll see something, I'll be like, oh, I gotta get the hell up out of here. It's time for me to go home. Like, real down home, real familiar. So I'm excited to get into this in February. So that's when I'll be tackling this. A Little Life, I don't know when, but at some point, I'm going to read you. When I catch you, I'm going to read you. So next on the list, child, I feel like I'm the last of the Mohicans that have not read all of S.A. Cosby books. There is literally like, I've only read 2 of his books. So I know he has another book coming out next year that all of y'all gonna be hopping on, and I'm probably not gonna read that off the bat either. I might, just so I can kiki with y'all, whatever, but I am going to tackle All the Sinners Bleeds, and I'll probably get into his other books too later next year. But right now, we're going to be talking about All the Sinners Bleed. So, it says, a black sheriff, a serial killer, a small town ready to combust. So, Titus is the first black sheriff in history of the Sharon County in Virginia. And what happens is, see, what had happened was, a kid kills his teacher, and the kid ends up being killed by one of Titus's deputies. So that opens up a whole can of worms, and secrets start to come out, and they start investigating shootings, and terrible crimes start popping up, and then a serial killer is in the midst of things. Here I go with the mist. Is in the midst of the town, and he's hiding out in plain sight. So it could be anybody, you know. And the serial killer might even have a connection to a local church, and it's just a lot of dark history that's going on with this county. And so Titus is on the case. He's trying to crack the code. So I am excited to read this. And as big as this book looks, it is only about, 337 pages. So we a little bit over the 300 mark, but it's okay, because S.A. Cosby knows how to write an entertaining book. So I'm already expecting this to be a 5-star read. I'm already expecting to love it. I'm already expecting to be like, oh, this is gonna be one of my favorites, because he's just really, really talented. So I know a lot of you guys have read this. I want to know what you rated this book. I want to know what you thought about this book. If you can tell me without spoilers, that'd be great. And yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so next on my list, I'm finally diving into the Abby Jimenez world, and I'm going to kick it off with Just for the Summer, which will probably be like a June read for me. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a theme girl. I like themes. It just makes sense for me. So I'm going to be diving into Just for the Summer. Now, what really made me want to read this was having a conversation with Tori and us exchanging like a little bit of background about who we are and our childhood and how we were raised and things like that. And I was telling her about like my strained relationship with my mom, and she was like, oh girl, you have to read Just for the Summer. Like, the character Emma, she kind of goes through some things that, you know, really, I feel like you might be able to relate to. And I was like, okay, you know, like, it was like a really deep conversation that we were having. And so even though I'm a romance visitor, I'm gonna say that every video, even though I'm a romance visitor, I am interested in getting into this because I hear Emma's mama is toxic. And I love toxic characters, so I'm interested in getting to that. So what is Just for the Summer about if you haven't read it? It is about Emma who feels like she is cursed. Everybody that she's ever dated, after they break up, they find love, and she's left wondering, like, you know, why can't I find love, you know? And so Emma meets this guy, Justin, who has posted this Reddit called Love's Good Luck Charm, and it's gone viral. And so Justin and Emma make up this fake dating plan to where maybe if they just pretend to date, it'll cancel out their curse of not finding true love. But Emma can't help but to realize that Justin is cute and he's funny and she really likes him. But in the midst of that, Emma's toxic mother shows up and Justin has to assume guardianship of his 3 siblings. So they're suddenly navigating a lot more than they expected. Imagine you have to all of a sudden raise your 3 siblings while you still try to navigate life yourself. That is just hard. That is tough. Yeah. So the tagline says 4 dates, a kiss, and a breakup. That's all it will take to find their soulmate. So I'm interested in getting to that. And then last on my list, y'all, I have here a thickie. The Rumor Game by Danielle Clayton and Sonia Patra. He said, Lord knows I don't know how to say that lady last name. Sonia girl. I'm gonna have to look her up because I want to be able to say this lady last name. So what is this about? I've had this for a while and it's taken me a minute to get into it because can you guess? Because this book is 464 pages long. And I'm like, what could you possibly have to say to me in 400 pages? You can't wrap it up. But what I am noticing as I flip through the page, that there are some text message threads in here. And that's probably really why the book, see, like stuff like this. So that's probably, I'm sure this is why the book is so damn long. So now after flipping through it, I'm like, okay, so it probably ain't really as long as it, I mean, it's just still long as shit, but there's some text threads in here and emails in here that is like, okay, y'all taking up space. So what is this book about? I don't know, but let's find out. Okay, so at Foxham Prep, a posh private school for the children of DC's elite, a single rumor has the power to ruin a life. Nobody knows that better than Bryn. She used to have it all: the perfect boyfriend, a bright future in politics, and even popularity, thanks to her best friend, cheered Captain Cora. Then one mistake sparked a scandal that burned it all to the ground. Now it's the start of a new school year and the spotlight has shifted. It's geeky Georgie, newly hot after a summer makeover, whose name is on everyone's lips. When a rumor ignites, Georgie rockets up the school's social hierarchy, pitting her and Cora against each other. Georgie is a girl? What kind of girl name is Georgie? It grants her Foxham stardom, but it also makes her a target. As the rumors grow and morph, blazing like wildfire through the school's social media, all 3 girls' lives begin to unravel, but one person close to the drama has the power to stop the gossip in its tracks. The question is, do they even want to? Y'all, why is kids so bad? Why are kids so bad? And you know what really be? Kids be going through stuff at home and they just come to school and just take it out on everybody. I need us to just parent better. I just need the world to parent their kids better. If the world parented their kids better, I feel like the world would be a much better place. I promise you it would be. So I think that the girl Georgie, who is new to popularity, she's gonna crumble under the weight of all that comes with being popular and having people talk about you all the time. Like, I feel like she's not gonna be able to handle it. Now, what's gonna come from that, I don't know. But yeah, these kids and these phones, oh my God, the phones, the worst and possibly the best thing that has ever happened to us. Technology, hands down. So yeah, have you guys read any of these books? If you have, what did you think about these? If you haven't, do you plan on adding them to your list? Like, which one sounds most interesting to you? Maybe I should just like create a TBR jar, throw a bunch of titles in there, and we can shake them up together and then pick one, and then we'll just start with whichever one I pick. That sounds like a good time. I don't know, because like I said, I'm a mood reader and I might not be in the mood. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys tomorrow.